Hi, and welcome to SlideHub. Before we dive into the features, we will explain how you as an administrator can configure your account and help your team build on-brand slides quickly. Currently, your company's assets might be located in many different places, such as Teams, mailboxes, or in users' personal drives or desktops, and the content might be on-brand, but it might also be just a template downloaded from Google. This results in users creating slides that are outdated with below-par visuals or contain GDPR-breaching information. To prevent this, SlideHub works as a filter to allow users to contribute slides, but administrators can curate and update content to ensure brand-compliant slides that all users have access to. This allows for multiple benefits such as process control, GDPR compliance, and insight into what assets are most being used. As a SlideHub administrator, you can increase the value of your PowerPoint assets by combining your company's best practice slides, icons, and images with powerful off-the-shelf assets provided by SlideHub. Users are able to contribute slides through a built-in process, but the administrators will have full control over what goes into the library, making maintenance a collective effort. All features are customizable to fit your organization's needs in one simple solution. Everything is cloud-based and deployed within seconds. Our team is available to help with end-user onboarding from your account to ensure successful user adoption in your organization, free of charge. Everything covered in the video we can help you configure if you need to speak to a human. Traditional folder structure restricts the way users can store and categorize their assets, making it difficult to find what you're looking for. SlideHub's approach to cloud storage makes it easier and faster to find and update your assets. Think of Netflix. You can find the same movie in the romance and comedy sections, while also being tagged with the actors who appear in it or with the director's name. With SlideHub, you only have one root asset that exists in multiple categories. This root slide can exist in multiple presentations at the same time, and any changes made to it sync across all presentations automatically. The interface is designed to make managing your assets a breeze, with alike functionalities to add, tag, and categorize across all asset types. This example shows MISI or traditional folder structure that includes multiple subcategories. You can reduce the number of steps needed to find information by moving subcategories that contain many slides to first-level category to allow for more high-level filtering. It's important to note that shared subcategories allow you to create filters that can be used in multiple categories at the same time, such as language or template color, and can be turned off or on in any given category. To create new categories, you can do so directly when uploading new content or in the Categories option in the Manage Content tab. Categories work the same way across all of your assets, so icons and images can also be categorized in the same way. One of the best things about working with categories as SlideHub is that your content gets updated through all slides containing that category or subcategory. To create a new category, just click on Create, select the name of your new category and a short description, select an icon for it, and select which subcategories you wish to include within it and if you wish to also include any tags. In the Overview and Order menu, you can rearrange all categories to fit your company's needs, and this will show the same way in the Asset platform. You can also go in and edit each category to add any additional subcategories or remove them. And this also works the same way for all different subcategories. In the Subcategories menu, you can see all subcategories created, also edit or delete or create new. When you create a new subcategory, you can choose to make it a shared subcategory. This means that it will be visible across all categories that have this function switched on. For example, I want to add a new shared subcategory that is Danish, so all of my slides in Danish will be tagged with the same subcategory. To tag your assets, you can create new or select from existing tags. Creating a new tag is really simple. Simply choose keywords that you'd use to find your slides. Please note, you do not need to tag slides with text already in the content as it is already indexed for searching. For example, we would tag the slide as growth, noting that it has a bar chart. It's also talking about return on investment, so I would also add ROI and add bar, since I would probably also use that word to search for it. You can always update and edit slides to add or remove categories or subcategories. As a manager, you most likely have great content. This could be sales presentations, proposals, or a repository of best practice slides. To start setting up your library, we suggest you start by adding these slides to the company slides. This way, your teammates will start from great on-brand slides that they can find directly in PowerPoint. If you prefer to have a structure in place first, you can also set up categories and subcategories before you start uploading your slides. When uploading new files, you can choose different ways to add them to your library, either as a standalone slides, which uploads each one separately, or as a presentation, allowing you to customize and select which slides to include. To start adding slides, you can do so directly from the Asset Platform add-in in PowerPoint. In the Manage Content tab, you will find the Add New and select the file you would like to upload. You can also access the platform via any modern browser. Once you start adding your slides, select the file that you would like to upload. When you select to add as a standalone slide, all slides will be shown individually. Select the categories for your slides. And select which slides you would like to add to the company library. You can select all, or you can select each one individually. Next, you can choose each slide's individual options. So if you want to add or remove any categories or subcategories or visual slide stickers. By selecting multiple categories, this slide will show up across all of them, but we will only keep one root slide, so it will not be repeated. And that's it. Now your slides were added successfully into the library. And you can always go back and edit each one if needed. To add new files as a new presentation, simply select the file you would like to upload. By selecting to add as a presentation, you can determine if individual slides will be shown separately or if it should all be shown together as one. Next, select the presentation labels that you would like to use for all of the slides and the main presentation. By selecting the different categories, your main root slide and presentation will be shown across all of them, but you will only have one root file, so it will not be repeated 3 times or as many categories as you choose. Next, you will select your slide visibility. When you upload as a presentation, your slides will be viewed as a full presentation only, or as a full presentation, or some slides are available as individual slides in the search results. In this case, I want to add only as a presentation. Next, you will select the cover for your presentation. And that's it. Once you go to slide overview, to see that it's a presentation, it shows this clip on the top right. And in this case, we also have a large file warning that it may cause a bit of delay when downloading your files. You also have the option to allow users a personal vault where they can store and organize personal slides not shared with the rest of the team. This is a safer option than keeping personal assets in your local laptop, and it will serve as a backup if an employee leaves your company. The personal library works in the same way as all the other asset libraries do, but please remember that your personal slides can be very valuable for the rest of your team, and you can upload them to your company slides and improve your company's library content. In a Manage Content tab, you're also able to upload your own company icons. You can get a full overview of all the files you have uploaded, as well as go into each one separately and edit them to add a visual label. So for example, this would be logo. You can also add or remove or create new categories. Please note that these categories are different and separate from your slide library categories, so you can create each one for different types of icons that you may have, as well as the subcategories and shared subcategories. You can also add tags for each file, replace a file, and see a statistics, so how many times it's been downloaded and any changes that might have been done to this file. To add new icons, you can simply go and click add new. You can upload up to 20 files at once. In this case, I want to add some flags to my library. I already have my folder selected, and I'm just going to upload all the ones with an A. Here you can see that all my flags have been uploaded, and you can choose to tag your files based on each file name. So as you could have seen, my files were labeled or were named as each country. And in this case, I do want to enable the full name to be used as a tag for each asset. In some cases, you might have a file named with maybe your design company or something within the name. So you can exclude that part to not have it labeled as that. So for example, you would have design company, maybe underscore or something similar. And this is the one and this is the part that you would like to exclude from your file name. In this case, we don't have that, so I'm only gonna select enabled. Click next. Now for the categories, I'm going to create a new category. This is going to be flags. And for subcategory, I'm going to create a new one that these are circle flags. Save. And this now has been applied to all of the files that I have uploaded. I don't want to tag all of them at once since they are different ones, and I just want to tag each one separately. So when you click next, you can now go in and edit each one. So this is the country for this is the flag for Afghanistan, and it's already tagged as this. I also want to tag it to show up when I'm looking for Asia. So I'm going to add that as a tag as well. Now, if you wanted to save these settings for all the rest of your files, you can click Use Current for Rest, or you can click Save and Continue, and just do this for each one. I'm just going to continue to use current for rest. And my icons have been added successfully. So now when we go to icon overview, you can see them here. When you go into insert icons and flags, you can now see them under your company icons. In my categories, here I have them as flags. And that's it. To increase your asset library, you can also add your own company images to enhance your presentation. You can see a full overview of all the files you have uploaded, as well as being able to download and edit them directly. You can choose a visual label. So for example, this could be our office, and you can select any categories for it or create new or any new subcategories or share subcategories. You can also add and create new tags. So for example, this would be a building and office. You can replace the file and see each file statistics, so how many times it has been downloaded, when it was uploaded, and any changes made to it. To add new images, simply click on Add New and upload up to 20 files at the same time. In this case, I only want to add these 3 images from the team. And you can also select to have automatic tags based on the file name. You can choose to have this disabled and enabled, so it will take your file's full name and use that as a tag, or you could have it enabled with an adjusted name. In this case, I want to have it enabled with an adjusted name since all my files start with 000 underscore, and this is the part that I would like to leave out. Click Next. And you can choose the categories that you would like to use for these images. In this case, I would like to have them under team, but for the subcategory, I would like to create a new one since it's not really CV. I'm going to have this as lifestyle. This is not a shared subcategory, and it should only be under team. Next, you can add each file's individual category or subcategory and tags. So in this case, it's already under board since that was the pictures, the name. And I'm going to add a few more tags. So this is woman. And that's it. All your images have been added successfully. You can now choose to add more images or go to Image Overview. Now, for your users, you would insert images and illustrations. Company images, and you can see them. They are now under recently added, and you can also see them under team and lifestyle. You and your team have access to more than 3,000 high-quality inspiration slides that automatically adjust to your corporate template and colors. They're based on PowerPoint elements, so they're very easy to format, and they will insert into a new slide. In this case, you can just ungroup and recolor as you see fit. If you do not have the automatic color adjusted, it will select the 5th color on your template master palette and use the shades from this main bar. To prevent this, we suggest you set up inspiration colors. To do this, you can go to select colors, enable custom colors, and just choose the palette that you will be working in. In this case, it's Slide Hub, so I will have this as active. And now, when I install a slide, when I insert a slide, it will adjust to the colors and fonts that I have previously selected. To set up templates and color palettes, click on the Templates menu under the Manage Content tab and select Create New. Choose the file that will be used to create the new template and select the cover image for it. Then, click on Inspiration Colors and select on Create New to start building your new color palette. You will need to choose the template you've just uploaded and then select the slide layout that should be used when inserting inspiration slides. We recommend it should always be a regular title and content layout. The platform will automatically pull colors from your template, and you can choose which slides should be primary and secondary colors. You can also choose the color for your text and the color for background. You can also select to keep or delete the placeholder icons when inserting a new slide and the font to be used for text placeholders. Then set your inspiration color name and if it should be your company default or not. By clicking on Test Colors, it will give you a new file with an assortment of inspiration slides using your new color palette so you can test and see which colors will work best for your slides. Users will be able to see these changes by going into Insert Inspiration Slides and clicking on the right-hand side where it says Template Change, and here they can see all their colors. We recommend you customize your colors when you have your own master or frequent clients that you might work for, or different business units with non-standard templates. When using the inspiration slides feature, you might see that some are not brand compliant with your specific brand's guidelines. To prevent your team from using them, you can simply go into Manage Content, select Inspiration Slides under the Manage Content tab, and here you will be able to see all of the slides that we have in our inspiration slide library. Simply select the ones you would like your team not to use and block selected. You can also easily unblock them by just clicking again and unblock. You can also select to filter by category and show 100 per page. This way, when you select all and block selected, you can quickly block a large number of slides. This will help you and your team keep greater brand compliance. Make it easy and a team sport for users to contribute to the slide library with just a few clicks directly from PowerPoint, where relevant members can then review, edit, and label slides for future use. This creates a win-win scenario for users and administrators by empowering users to contribute and feel included while saving time and sharing the know-how. And managers can easily control brand compliance without being seen as a brand police. Contribution workflows make growing your slide library a team sport that increase in value over time. It's very easy for end users to contribute slides. Simply select the slide you would like to contribute, select Add Contributions, and Contribute to Company. You can contribute the selected slides or all slides in a presentation, and you can also add them to your personal library. With contribution workflows, you can assign responsibility to other admins, provide feedback to the person who contributed the slide, or add labels like categories and tags and approve it for your organization to use. As managers, it is very easy to ensure brand compliance while getting new slides from users. In the Contribute tab, you can see and manage all contributions. You can contribute your own slides. You can see the status of your own contribution. In the Active tab, you can find all contributed slides that need evaluation, tweaks, or are almost ready to go. So basically everything that has not been declined or approved yet. You can also choose to replace or delete contributions that are not up to par. This will notify the contributor via email if you choose to do so. Now it will show as being rejected. And you can also keep a record of it in the All Contributions tab and just have it marked as rejected. To approve a contribution, you can go to Actions and mark Add Slides to Library, and it will notify the contributor via email if you also choose to do so, or unselect and only add the contributions to the library. It will now have the contribution marked as completed, and you can also see it in the All Contributions tab. This slide is also now shown in the recently updated, and you can see it's now in your overall view of your asset library. To select who can contribute slides, you can go to your account settings, asset management, and select which users have access to contributions, if any. So everyone can submit, or only gatekeepers, managers, or nobody can use the contribution feature. You can also choose which relevant members, if any, can add the slides directly to the library without going through a previous quality assurance from gatekeepers or from SlideHub. And you can select who will be the main company lead person to be in charge of handling suggestions, quality assurance, or anything like that. In the top contributors, you can see who are the top contributors from your organization and provide recognition. In the Content Settings tab, you have a full overview of what users can and cannot access from your company library. You can also determine user access to company icons or to standard icons provided by SlideHub. This provides over 25 different icon styles that you can choose as preferred as default, or you can also have to limit the access users have. If what we suggest, if you will have it fully open, only to work on clients' different master templates and you need other icon styles. And this also goes for illustrations. So you can limit which illustration styles they have access to or not, and which ones they can or cannot use. You can also determine user access to company images and to standard stock images. In branding, you can customize your company's branding, such as your short display name and your current logo. You can manage how company and team slides are inserted. So for example, when a user is inserting a company slide, you can choose to have the default insert type be keep the original template the slide was uploaded in. It can also be adjusted to the active slide that they're working in, or you can choose to open the file in a new presentation. You can also select to force or not force the default style when inserting slides. You can also choose company-wide personal vault settings, so if users are allowed or not allowed to have a personal vault, and to override any access settings for their personal library. You can also limit SlideHub's access to your library assets. So for security reasons, you might want to disallow SlideHub employees to access the library assets. We might need to access your library from time to time to help you provide advice, feedback, or help managing the library, but you can always turn this option off. And there is also an option here for you to allow the PowerPoint added to be open automatically when you open a new file. In the statistics tabs, you can see a full overview of platform metrics. You can compare asset use within the platform. You can also see active users and their monthly activity. You can select each month and see which users have been active during that month, and you can also select to only filter by inactive users. In the Asset Management tab, you can see a total of your company asset across all categories. So you can see how many company slides you have, how many team slides. You can also see each slide statistics by going into the Overview button, and you can see how many times it has been downloaded and when it was last edited. You can also sort by download count to make data-driven decisions on how to improve content and make better slides for you and your team. Split platform users into teams for better organization of their assets. Create separate libraries for each team that can be managed directly by team managers. This means that users can only access the libraries if invited into the team. This is especially helpful when you need to have different teams based on clients for Chinese walls, or if you need to split members by business units, or if certain decks have confidential information that can only be accessed by management teams. In the Users and Teams tab, you can invite users and create new teams in various different styles. You can invite users by adding their email and selecting which role they should have, or you can invite multiple users by uploading an Excel file. It must contain the column header email and an optional role as to which role each member will have. So member, manager, gatekeeper, accountant, or platform only. The decision of who can invite new users to your organization account is made by the account owner or managers. And alternatively, you can also send us a list of new users to the customer success team and they will help you set it up. In this tab, you can also see existing users and their roles. You can see each user's individual information. So their overview, any permissions they have, their account details. You can also see which teams have been created. You can create a new team and any members from each team. There should always be a team manager per team. This user can be a regular member at your SlideHub account, but within each team, they will have admin rights to configure any settings or permissions. In the Settings tab, you can also select access for normal members. The settings presented here determine the access level for non-managers, non-owners within each topic. The access to join the organization can be determined by you, so it can be automatic. So any verified emails with the same email domain as your company would be automatically able to join the organization. It can be by request. So any verified emails with the same domain as your company can request invitations to join, or you can have it as a manual invite, so they can only join by being invited. You can also choose if members can have the ability to invite others. This is determined if everyone can or only managers can. and you choose the default user role for new members joining. So whether these be a member, platform only, manager, gatekeeper, and accountant. In the account settings, you have a full overview of your company's information, such as name, any currency that you're using, your address, and your referred invoices. You also have your base payment methods, billing details. You can also add or remove credit cards to enable automatic credit card payments. You can set up which relevant account email should go for any invoices and who should be CC'd on these invoices. You can also see a list of all previous invoices submitted. You can also select logging options for members or choose to have the Active Directory integration, so you can connect your Active Directory to synchronize all your relevant user information. In this case, we're connected via Bamboo HR, but you can select whichever directory to configure and add the users from there. And you can also limit SlideHub access to library assets. You can also customize and set up notifications for any automated emails or notifications about new company slides, new contributions added, and any other such emails. You can determine user access for normal members. These settings are to help you determine access for any non-managers and non-owners for each topic. So this will mean any access to join the organization, to invite other members, and determine the main user role for any new members. In the Asset Management tab, you can determine who can contribute assets to the company library, so everyone or only members with a gatekeeper, manager, or manager role, or if nobody can contribute to the library. Thank you for watching, and please feel free to reach out to us if you have any questions.